Lucia Nelby-Joe.
No, no.
No? No? Okay.
Here.
Firstly, thank you very much for giving Haringey Welcome, the organisation that I'm the coordinator for, the opportunity to present our petition today. As an introduction to our petition, I'd like to give you a brief description of who we are, our concerns about the continued rights of refugees and migrants in light of Brexit, and ways in which we hope this Parliament can help to mitigate the situation. Haringey is a highly diverse borough in North London with a large minority ethnic population from all corners of the world, and containing areas ranging from affluent to some of the most deprived in Britain. Haringey Welcome is a local campaign group made up of Haringey residents, some of whom are themselves first-generation migrants. We began in 2015 with a campaign to persuade our local authority to resettle Syrian refugee families in our community. Since 2017, we have campaigned for better, more inclusive and welcoming local policies and services for all in our area, and in particular for dignity and respect for vulnerable and destitute migrants. Together with other groups across the country, we also campaign to stop the UK government's so-called hostile environment, a harsh and discriminatory raft of policies which together have created a system of internal borders, denying access to services and benefits, detaining and deporting undocumented people, and disproportionately impacting Black and minority ethnic residents. These policies first came into practice in 2012 under the Home Secretary Theresa May, and most infamously led to the appalling treatment of British residents from Commonwealth backgrounds, which has become known as the Windrush scandal. These people were subjected to denial of the right to work, access healthcare and housing, claim benefits, hold a bank account, and to drive. They were effectively denied the means to survive. In many cases, people were held in immigration detention and deported, and tragically, some have died. Despite apologies from government ministers, compensation has still not been made to victims, and the hostile environment system has not been dismantled. This is one very concrete example of how the United Kingdom government is failing to protect the fundamental rights of their citizens, citizens who are still citizens of the European Union. With Brexit almost upon us, we now have deep concerns about the ongoing expansion of the hostile environment policy to non-British EU citizens resident in the UK. Furthermore, as has been mentioned in our petition, Europeans in the UK have not been granted automatic settled status, and neither has a system been set up to ensure hard-to-reach migrants are supported in attaining the required paperwork. Thus, in future, there is a high probability some EU citizens in the UK will risk falling into the same predicament as those caught up in the Windrush scandal. Additionally, we are gravely concerned that post-Brexit, the UK government no longer intends to honour its responsibilities towards asylum seekers and refugees on the European continent. It already has a poor record in this regard, particularly in relation to family reunion cases. Our government has recently stated that post-Brexit it will no longer permit family reunion to asylum seekers or refugees, many of them children, who are resident in other European countries and who have relatives in the UK. These families must be allowed to reunite and to stay together in the UK post-Brexit, and this should be enabled by ensuring safe visa routes. We believe that the examples put forward by our organisation in this petition illustrate the UK government's dereliction of responsibility towards the right to family life of asylum seekers and refugees, and protection of the fundamental rights enshrined in the Charter of Fundamental Rights and granted to EU citizens. As the United Kingdom is still legally a full member of the European Union, it is in breach of EU primary law. Therefore, we urge the European Union to take steps to ensure the protection of fundamental rights, which have been granted to all its citizens and which the United Kingdom government is now failing to protect. Thank you.
Thank you